Like if you found the video valuable. Clara Mendez had lived in the old Whitley house for 3 months before she noticed the drawer. It was part of an oak writing desk in the upstairs study, carved with curling patterns of ivy that looked almost alive in the moonlight. The desk had belonged to the previous owner, a retired judge who'd died in the house under circumstances the neighbors whispered about but never explained. On her first week, Clara had tried every handle, keyhole, and drawer. All opened with ease, except the bottom right. The drawer refused to budge. No matter how hard she pulled, it stayed locked tight, and she eventually gave up, leaving it as a stubborn relic. But one night, returning late from her shift at the library, she found the drawer standing wide open. Clara froze in the doorway. A draft rattled the windowpane, but nothing else seemed disturbed. The drawer yawned open just enough for the moonlight to catch the glint of something metallic inside. She hesitated, then stepped forward, her heart hammering. Inside lay an old brass key, tarnished and heavy, attached to a tag with faded handwriting, Room 6. But Whitley House only had 5 rooms. The next morning, she walked the halls, searching. Bedrooms, the kitchen, the pantry, the cellar, 5 rooms, and no more. Still, the tag insisted. Room 6. She tucked the key into her pocket and tried to push the thought aside. But over the following days, the house seemed to hum with a quiet expectation. Doors she knew she had shut stood open. The old grandfather clock in the hallway began striking 13 at midnight. And every evening, no matter how firmly she shut it, the drawer was open again. Finally, unable to resist, Clara decided to test the key. She walked the house slowly, pressing it into locks that didn't exist. But when she reached the upstairs study again, something was different. A section of the far wall, where the wallpaper had always looked slightly uneven, seemed to shimmer in the lamplight. Heart-pounding, Clara pressed against it. With a groan of shifting wood, a hidden door cracked open, revealing a narrow passage. The brass key fit perfectly into its lock. Inside was Room 6. It was small and windowless, lit only by the weak beam of her lamp. In the center stood another desk, almost identical to the one in the study. On it lay stacks of yellowing papers, court transcripts, testimonies, and signed confessions. Clara's stomach tightened as she realized what she was seeing. These weren't ordinary records. They were sealed documents, evidence from cases presided over by the judge himself, cases that had mysteriously collapsed or disappeared. At the bottom of the pile, she found a single envelope with her name written in careful script. Her hands shook as she opened it. Inside was a note. Every house keeps its secrets. You were chosen to find mine. The key is yours now. Use it wisely, or don't use it at all. The lamp flickered. Behind her, the drawer in the study slammed shut with a force that rattled the floorboards. Clara stumbled back into the hidden room, her breath catching. When she tried the door again, it wouldn't open. The key was gone, and from the darkness of the locked drawer outside, she thought she heard the slow scrape of wood moving, waiting for the next person to arrive.